Today I'd like to do a product review of the highly anticipated Vanquest Falconer-27 backpack. Vanquest has been working on this one for a while now, and everyone's really excited about it because it's made for guys like us and gals that like to have our prepping supplies, survival gear, tactical things, and just have it all in one backpack. This would be a great small bug out bag. And the best thing about this particular backpack by Vanquest is that it takes all the elements of the cool Vanquest products that we've seen over the past several months and years. For example, the Maximizer Organizer, the Fat Pack, any of their backpacks that they have, the rifle bags. It took all of the cool elements that we've seen from those and combined it into a single backpack that contains all of them. And it's just kind of like the ultimate backpack by Vanquest. So it's kind of like their tentpole or flagship product for this year. Everyone's really excited about it, so it's time to do a product review of it. Let's get started. There's a lot of topics to discuss in this review of the Falconer-27. So let's just start off right away going through all the various compartments and pockets of the backpack. Then we'll go through a few use cases and lastly talk about the pros and cons. As you can see, this version of the backpack is in the black color with gray being the accent color on it. Everything on this is very discreet. Nothing's really jumping out there that this is a total tactical backpack. I mean, there's not a whole bunch of PALS webbing on the front. Even the logo, as you can see, is very minute on there. And so let's just quickly go over all the various compartments, just a quick overview before going into the details. So as you see here, we have a mid-sized compartment over here, multiple zipper areas in there. We have a top pocket over here, very similar to the Vanquest Trident 20, even with the same kind of patch area and the pulley system there. We have a nice padded gray handle that you see here. Let's flip it over to the side. As you can see, there's no water bottle pocket or anything like that, although you do have some PALS webbing over here. If you wanted to attach an external one to the backpack, you could. As you can see here, we have a clamshell opening for this back compartment here. There's also a mid compartment that runs along here. As you can see with the zippers, they're all inverted. The zipper is an inverted design to help. It's kind of a stylistic thing, also probably helps with any kind of snagging and maybe even with water. Let's flip it over to the back over here. We have a concealed carry pouch that's going to go right here on the back portion of it. That's also used for the water bladder. We have two nice straps over here, and you have a little fabric instead of the padded area going all the way up to the backpack. You have some additional padding with real nice stitching on there. I really like that design. This has the best kind of pulleys that I've seen so far in the backpacks that I've tested. I really like this. I've seen this before on their rifle bags, and now it's in this particular backpack. Flipping it over to the other side, we see again no water bottle pocket, and then at the bottom here we have some additional PALS webbing if you wanted to attach anything like a sleeping bag or a tent. And that's a quick overview of all the various areas. Now let's dig down into the details. In the mid compartment of the backpack, we see here we have these front little zipper access areas here. Your hand could actually go all the way through there. This is just a quick access pocket if you want to throw any smaller items in there that aren't that really organized or anything like that. You kind of have two ways of getting inside of there. So if you wanted to, you could just use this side here to get into there, and if you want to, you could just do the reverse as well. As you can see, this also uses the inverted zipper design here, and it kind of takes up the whole surface area of that mid-sized compartment that's on the backpack. One of the coolest aspects about this backpack is the design of this mid-sized compartment that you see here. It's kind of a blend of two very popular Vanquest items, the Vanquest Maximizer Organizer and the Vanquest Fat Pack Medical Organizer. So the Fat Pack, that's a first aid trauma pack. And it's kind of a blend of the design of both of these ones. As some of you are familiar with this one, I've done a review on it as well. It has a staggered organization system with the PALS webbing here to allow for more items to be stored in there. And that's kind of the main feature of the Maximizer Organizer. And then with the Fat Pack, we also have kind of a unique design with it as well. Let's open it up, and we'll see that we have kind of a roll system here, and then you have some additional connection points here for attaching smaller items that you could go into the back here and attach multiple ways in there. And so all of these things have been integrated into this mid-sized compartment that we see here. Let's open it up. So you can see it has a clamshell opening on here. It opens up real wide over there. Let me back up the camera a little bit. Okay, so as you can see here, this looks very similar to what we saw with the Fat Pack over here. That's kind of on this top side here for allowing for multiple attachment points. You could put, for guys that have tools, for example, you could have a bunch of different wrenches in here, things like that, scissors for medical people, the things that would insert in there, a lot of different attachment points here. And then when you look at the top here, it kind of looks like the Maximizer Organizer, So you have the staggered stitching here, so you could have your pens, multi-tool, larger items, and because they're staggered, as you see here, it's not going to really build up bulk and then have any additional stress in a single stitch line. So instead of having if a single stitch line were to go out, you would lose the integrity of multiple sections of that PALS webbing. And with the Maximizer design, it doesn't really have that. Let's take a closer look over here with the camera. All right, so as you see here, we have a staggered stitching. So stitching in the back, and then you have on this particular PALS webbing, you have it a little bit off, so it's not attached in the same area there. And in addition to that, we also have additional pockets over here for things like flash drives. It would work really great for that. And then you have a whole large pocket in the back here with an additional little hook on this lanyard over here. And that's the main design feature of this mid-size compartment. It's really, really cool. We also have an additional loop here I almost forgot about that you could attach small items that you might want to have hanging on there. So as you can see, a lot of possibilities for all your gear in this mid-size compartment. As I mentioned, this top pocket is very similar to the Trident 20 backpack. You have the pulley system over here for attaching items externally. You also have some PALS webbing over here, and then you also have a Velcro patch area in the back for attaching any kind of Velcro that you might want to put on the external portion of the backpack. So opening it up, we see we have this nice wide PALS webbing area right here for attaching. You could put USB thumb drives in there. Any kind of smaller items would fit really nice in there. And then over here we have a back pocket area, and then another back pocket area. And those are the main features of this top pocket. Before opening up the main compartment areas, let's just take a quick little look at the stitching that we have here for the side pocket areas. So again, with Vanquest, we've just come to expect that they're going to have high quality stitching throughout. The material used throughout is very high quality Cordura fabric used throughout this backpack. And as you can see, they didn't really skimp on anything on this one. So let's open up this little clip over here, and let's get to the main compartment areas. Let's start off first by going through the mid compartment area. So it's opening it up. Again, they have clamshell openings throughout this backpack. So the front pocket is clamshell opening, and then this mid one is no exception. Let's open it up and take a look. On the front flap, we have these two large Velcro strips that you see here that go kind of maybe 3/4 of the way down on the front flap portion. This is for attaching multiple compartments or any kind of modules that you might want to have inside of this. And then you have a little kind of a flap in here that you could have stuff going up in there as well, in addition to this little pocket area which you could release, kind of open it up that way, and you have the two Velcro strips over here that are kind of keeping it enclosed, and you have some additional storage area over here. Now let's move on to the back portion. In the back portion, we have these two Velcro pocket areas with the mesh lining over here. So we open it up, you can kind of see a little bit in here. And it's not just mesh, you also have a plastic in the back here, which will help a little bit with water protection. Again, these are closed using Velcro, and you have an additional one over here. I really like the clamshell opening that Vanquest chose to use with all of these compartments. It works extremely well. This one's going to be a little bit deeper. Again, you have not only the ventilated area here, the ventilated fabric, but you also have the plastic behind there that helps with any kind of water protection. As you can see, it's using the gray color scheme for the interior portion. I kind of miss that it doesn't have the bright orange fabric that I have with a lot of my Vanquest products, but the gray is very nice as well. In the spine portion of this clamshell opening, we have an additional Velcro strip over here just to help keep everything secure once it's closed. So Vanquest didn't really waste any kind of space with the design of this particular compartment here. Before going into the large compartment area, we have some additional little loops over here. You open it up, you have the nice little Vanquest logo here. This is just a button loop over here for attaching things. And then you have some additional loops over here on the top and on the sides. This is very consistent with a lot of Vanquest products. And I've seen people do a lot of cool little things here with various kind of D-clamps and things like that. Now let's open up this main compartment here using these nice pulleys. For the main compartment, again, we have a clamshell opening, and you see it has this integrated Velcro, very similar to the Vanquest Ibex 30, which uses the same kind of system. This is designed to be able to use with multiple modules and attachment points there. As you see, we also have some pockets over in the side here that you could use. There's the Vanquest logo on the top. And so this is, again, designed for module attachment, which is really, really cool. It goes all the way down to the bottom, and then over here, in this section that's closest to the back portion is where we have additional Velcro here, in addition to some PALS webbing on the side that you see here. So geez, so many different options that you could do there. Even on the sides here, we have an additional Velcro here. It's just a really, really sweet design. Again, Vanquest took everything that was cool about all their products, whether that be the Fat Pack, Trauma Pack, the Maximizer Organizer, the cool pulleys from the rifle bag, and then the Ibex 30 integrated kind of a Velcro system in here. They kind of took all of those and just combined it into one cool backpack, and this is a really cool feature in here. I mean, there's so many different possibilities. Anyone that's into modules is going to have a lot of fun with this particular section of the backpack. The top portion of this main compartment area has this little access point that you see over here for getting into the back compartment area, which is the section that would hold your water bladder or your concealed carry location. As you see, you have a little loop over here for attaching your water bladder, and it's just going to hang south on this backpack. So just a little access point over here at the top. Before moving on to that back pocket, let's quickly talk about the back portion of the backpack, including the straps. So as you see, we have that nice gray fabric over here for the actual back portion of it. You have this V pattern that's will help a little bit with any kind of airflow, although I kind of wish it had deeper channels in there, maybe with a plastic insert in there. I find that that helps me a lot with ventilation. At the top over here, we'll see we have a little hole over here which accesses that back pocket area for having your water bladder tube go through. Over here, we'll see, take a quick look at the straps over here. A very nice strap. Nice padding on it. We have that gray accent color and then black on the front portion of it, with a lot of different attachment points. As you see here, we have that PALS webbing going all the way down, all the way up. We have a couple different loops over here, additional Velcro attachment point here, and then as you see, the strap, it actually goes into more of like a different kind of fabric over there before moving on to the main body portion of the backpack, which I really like that kind of design. That's kind of my preferred design. I don't like when the padded area goes all the way up to the backpack because I find that it's prone to ripping, especially on the sides. But with Vanquest, you see that they didn't really skimp on any kind of stitching. This is all very, very high quality stuff, as you see there. So in addition, we also have this little padded area. This is actually where your waist strap would go through. I chose to remove the waist strap from this one just because it's kind of a smaller backpack, so I didn't feel that it was really needed on here. Although the waist strap would go through there. You have a little bit of Velcro in the back there. You also have some additional holes over here that would go to that back pocket area, and you also have an additional chest strap as well. I decided to take one of the portions of the chest strap off because I just didn't like it dangling there. I find that I don't use either the waist strap or the chest strap just due to the size of the backpack and the way that it fits on my body. Although with the chest strap, you do have that integrated whistle in there, which I think is a really nice design. I wish all backpacks that had a chest strap included an integrated whistle. It just makes total sense. And that's a quick little look at the back portion of the backpack. Okay, in the water bladder section, or you could also use it for a concealed carry, you see you have that gray fabric that's kind of the accent color with it. It's kind of a glossy type fabric in there, and then you have the Velcro area if you wanted to attach any kind of concealed carry weapons on the inside there. You could also include your water bladder in there, and again, you're going to have your tubes going to be accessible from the top portion of the backpack in addition to that main module area. And that's just kind of a basic look at that back pocket. Not a whole bunch in there, although it's quite functional. Here's a quick look of how the bag looks while it's on my back. Now keep in mind I'm fairly tall, between 6'4", 6'5", depending on the time of the day. So as you can see, the straps fit right around here. I've taken the chest strap off of it and the waist strap because it doesn't really fit as well for me due to my torso size. So as you can see, it's not the largest backpack in the world, but Vanquest really challenges you to kind of think of new ways of possibly storing your items inside of it that could be most efficient, just have the most important items there. Here's a look at the other side. And again from the back. And there you go. Now I'd like to go through a few use cases and show you several different possibilities of items that you could store in there, some common ones, just to give you a frame of reference of the size of the backpack. Let's start off first by opening up this mid-size compartment over here. So as you can see, it's right around the size, a little bit larger than of the Vanquest Maximizer Organizer. This is the slim version, by the way. So you probably have around an additional 2 inches here on the side. Take another look over there, right around that distance. Then you have additional maybe 1.5 to 2 inches up on the top over there. So opening up this top one, see right now in here all I have is just a small umbrella. That's kind of the size of what you would expect to store in there, although I'd recommend storing some of the smaller items in there due to that little PALS webbing strip that you have over there. Now let's get a quick frame of reference of that center compartment. So let's open it up really quick. Again, clamshell opening. Here's just a few little items in here. Have a large flashlight, as you see here, with an additional maybe 6 inches or so, 5 inches of additional space up top. Just a little laptop cable there, just to give you frame of reference. And then here's a Platypus Gravity Works water filtration system, which we'll be seeing in an upcoming bug out bag video. So that's kind of the size that we're looking at this center compartment area. And here's a quick look at that main compartment area, just to give you a frame of reference. Here's a clean canteen, 40-ounce water bottle. Here's just a small little module, maybe Eagle Creek size, and then here's more of a larger size one. So as you can see, you'd probably want to fully leverage this Velcro in the back here and have multiple smaller modules going vertically through the spine of the backpack. I think that'd be the best way of storing your modules in there, and then you could also have some additional ones going down the side here that are a little slimmer. Lastly, we have this water bladder / concealed carry compartment area, which you could have your concealed carry weapon of choice in there. And as you can see, it's nice and deep in there, so you could fit fairly large items in there. Let's briefly go over the pros and cons, starting off first with the pros. So the number one pro that I have with this backpack is just, I love how Vanquest combined all of the cool elements from other Vanquest products, put it into a single backpack for kind of making a super backpack. It's a winning formula for superheroes, Captain Planet, the Power Rangers, Voltron. They all combine forces and make a super product or superhero, and Vanquest kind of went with the same philosophy with this. And so it's kind of one of those things where the whole is greater than the sum of its parts, and I think that's definitely an accurate description of the Falconer-27. Number two, just the quality of materials. We've come to expect that now with Vanquest. They're just going to make great gear that's going to last you many, many years. This is no exception. It's just a high quality, well produced bag. It's going to last a long time. They didn't really skimp on anything. I really enjoy the shoulder straps on this one, especially their choice of using the webbing there that you see on the top there instead of having the pad go all the way up to the top. I really like that aspect of it. And I just think that lastly, just the overall design structure of encouraging you to use modules. I think that's going to be an important thing, especially for us preppers and gearheads. Going with a modularized approach is really going to help with our organization, streamlining everything, and just going down to the basic items, the most essential ones that we want to carry with you. And the Falconer-27 definitely reinforces that philosophy. Now let's start going through the cons. So I guess the number one con is it's a little on the pricier side, around $175, $185, but again, you're paying for quality, and you kind of have to come to expect that. That goes not just with backpacks, but with anything. Whether you're buying a bottom shelf bourbon compared to a top shelf bourbon, you're paying for that extra quality in there. The next con that I have, again, it's a little on the smaller side at 27 liters, so for those of you that have longer items that you want to store in there, it's going to be difficult to store it in this particular backpack. Again, Vanquest is challenging you to kind of rethink how you store items and maybe go with more of a lightweight approach to it. But I think long term they'll probably come out with maybe a Falconer 40 or something like that would be another option. The next con I have is with this little triangle placement that you have here for the back shoulder straps. I find that this corner of the triangle kind of digs up into you a little bit as you're walking with it. It might just be with mine, maybe it's a stitching thing, but I find that it's just kind of irritating, kind of scratching as you're walking with it, with that triangle design. Maybe if it was a smooth design, that wouldn't happen. In relation to the shoulder straps, I also find that the chest strap over here, I wish that it was more easily adjustable. Right now you would have to take it out of this loop that you see here to adjust it to a different level. I kind of wish that you could adjust it as you're walking, just move it up to more of heart level as your items in here kind of settle and you kind of figure out where you want to have it. But right now you kind of have to take the bag off and reposition that chest strap over there. And then last, I think that I kind of wish that there's no water bottle pocket area. I'm kind of looking for a backpack manufacturer to kind of do the next innovation for a water bottle pocket storage area. I think a lot of them are moving more towards having a nice clean look on the backpacks, and that water bottle pocket kind of looks a little flimsy and ugly. One idea that I had was just to have that same sheet of material that you see over here, just have like almost a hidden pocket that you could release, maybe even have that PALS webbing be like the part that you would actually grab, release it, it would release a Velcro or button type clip over here, and it would open up maybe this way like that, and then the material that's over here could be a stretchy or the ventilated type material, so you could have a clean canteen water bottle, or at the most a Nalgene water bottle. And that would be kind of a fun way of actually still having that PALS webbing there, but also having the option of having a water bottle pocket, because I always like having my water bottle with me. And that's all I have listed for the cons. All in all, awesome backpack, so many awesome features with it. It's just kind of an overall win. So I imagine some of you guys are saying, hey, I like that backpack, I'd like to get it. Well, you can get it now from Vanquest, also from some third-party sellers, or you could win this particular one for free from my channel. So let's do a little flash giveaway contest. This one's gonna be really easy. All you have to do is be a subscriber to my channel and leave a comment below in the comment section. All I'd like you to do, since this backpack's kind of a flagship tentpole one for Vanquest, I'd like you to name one of your favorite YouTube channels that's prepping, survival gear, gear reviews, one of those kind of ones, and then list what you think their flagship or tentpole video is. So the one that just says everything about that particular channel, maybe has all their good elements combined into a single video, not including a channel trailer. And so, for example, with my channel, maybe say the Urban Prepper and the Urban Altoid Survival Tin version 2.2. That just says everything about the Urban Prepper. That's just an example. So a special kudos if you list a channel with a less of a subscriber base that could use some more visibility. So just leave your comments below in the comment section, be a subscriber, and you could win this Vanquest Falconer-27 backpack. I'll announce the winner in 72 hours from the posting of this video. I hope that you guys enjoyed watching this video featuring the Vanquest Falconer-27 backpack. Please feel free to leave any kind of comments below in the comments section. Also, make sure you enter the giveaway contest within the first 72 hours of the posting of this video to win this particular backpack. See you guys next time.